So I just watched like the Alcala serial killer dating game killer, but like the actual footage of the show. It's like a 10 minute it's like 10 minutes of like the actual show you can find on YouTube. But like I'm curious as to like why everybody's like shocked that this guy was on. I mean, for all you know, the other two also may have committed crimes you just aren't aware of. I think the most shocking part is people are shocked because like he doesn't come off as what you would think a person like that would be, though. You know what I mean? He sort of throws like a monkey wrench into like whatever prejudices or assumptions people have when it comes to like a person who commits those crimes. They assume, oh, like someone like that must be so abnormal and so weird. You would know, right? Like, oh, this guy's like a serial killer slash sex offender, you know? Like there's no way you wouldn't be able to tell. But the fact that you just watch it and like you watch how like charming he is, and then you realize, oh, like people are shocked because like it because they realize, oh, like I don't know what that is. You know what I mean? Like they don't know what normal is or what it looks like. People assume like a person who does that is like some sort of monster. You know, like you'll be able to see it. You know, but it's not the case. You know, yeah, it's usually not the case. Like it's not like he's walking around with like with SK on his like forehead. You know, so to say, yeah. I'm more shocked at like why like I'm more shocked. I'm not shocked at that because like so what? Like so he's like on a show where he was like a serial killer and he got on the show and he won the date with this woman. It doesn't really mean anything, you know. Nobody there knew who he was. That's what the whole point of that show is. It's very shallow, you know. You're not meant to know who this person is. But then like you see people's reaction like, "Oh my god, like how did like this guy how do they not know what like how is a serial killer on like on this show?" And he's so charming. It doesn't make any but it does though, you know? Like you don't know a person. Nobody does. You don't really in fact you don't even know there are people who live with someone their whole life, guys, and they don't even know who this person is. There's people who get married to someone who lives a double life for Christ's sake, you know? There are people in positions of power, of prestige, who are meant to protect the public, who turn out to be like, you know, monsters. Yeah, it's not like if that's what I don't get. Like that shocks me more. Not that, like the fact that people have like prejudices or like they just assume like, oh, like if someone's like that, they must look or behave a certain way, you know, which is not even the case. Like you can have someone who might like behave weird, you know, a little abnormal, like a little out there, but they could be harmless. And then you can have like someone who's, you know, charming, looking normal, but they're like, you know, I'm a serial killer. Yeah, which tells me like just how people make their decisions. You know how they decide on something. Like people base things on just something so superficial, and then they don't. So it's easy to manipulate that, you know, with the person. They just don't like in their head of what they think is like normal or charming. You know. Hmm. So I can see how someone who's like an actual monster would be like, oh, like these people are stupid. You know, like this is what they think. Okay, then I could just like put on the mask. You know. Yeah, that's wild. It's crazy how like people just they don't know, and then they think they know, but they don't. You know, and they just run around. That to me is more like that's awful. That to me is way more awful than what like I mean he's obviously a monster, but you wouldn't be able to know that. You know, that's the whole idea because you sort of have to give people the benefit of the doubt. But imagine like going through like you're going through life thinking, oh my god, I would never be with a person or even find a person that attractive because I know what that would look like. Tells me like you're going in with like just garbage intel, you know? You're a dummy. Yeah, you're a dummy. It also tells me like you don't know who you want or like, you know? Yeah. You're as vacuous as he is. Mm. Yeah, because you never know. You'll never really know who a person is. Never. You never know. You'll never know.